Hare Krishna. Welcome to our channel Droplets of Nectar. Today we will be seeing the pastimes of Lord Shri Ram. The pastimes of Lord Shri Ram are unlimited and it can be discussed by unlimited mouths for unlimited period of time. But in this particular class I will be discussing a whole Sri Ramayana, whole pastimes of Lord Sri Ram at a glance in a very short period. The pastimes of Lord Sri Ram are discussed in Valmiki Ramayana, Srimad Bhagavatam and various other books also. So, Lord Ram appeared in the dynasty of Maharaj Khatwang. Khatwang Rishi was that Maharaj who just went back to Godhead in 1 minute. In 1 minute he went back to Godhead. Son of Maharaj Khatwang was Dirghabhavu and his son was Raghu. The son of Raghu was Aja and the son of Aja was Dashrath. And the son of Dashrath was Lord Ramchandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When Lord descended into this world in his full quadruple expansion as Lord Ramchandra, Lakshman, Bharata, Shatrughna, the great sages like Valmiki, who were actually in knowledge of the absolute truth, described his transcendental pastimes. Srila Shukdev Goswami describes these pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam very briefly. And such is the huge glorious pastimes of Sri Ram. Lord Ramchandra, after his childhood pastimes, which is described in the Balkand of Ramayana by Valmiki, at the end of this Balkand, at the end, Vishwamitra sage comes and asks for Lord Ram to Dashrath. And the real episodes of real events in the Sri Ram's life starts after the Vishwamitra sage comes into the kingdom of Ayodhya and asks to Maharaj Dashrath to give Lord Ram and Lakshman to him. And slowly sage Vishwamitra teached all the martial arts to Lord Ram. All the arrows and all the bows and all the weapons were given to Sri Ram by sage Vishwamitra. Then afterwards, Sri Ram was taken by Vishwamitra for the protection of the sacrifices that were undertaken by sage Vishwamitra from the demons. And this indicates the main purpose of Sri Ram's incarnation, with protection of the sages and other innocent persons from the onslaught of demons. Sri Ram kills Tataka and Subahu and throws Maricha into the sea. This very Tataka will be born as a Putana later in Krishna avatar. Afterwards, the destruction of these and the completion of the sacrifice of Vishwamitra, sage Vishwamitra takes Sri Ram and Lakshman to the capital of Videha country. On the way, Ahilya is released from her curse by the touch of Sri Ram. Here are the instances of two women, one who was cruel and therefore destroyed, and the other who had suffered at the hands of Indra and Gautama and was released from her suffering. Gautama had indulged in excessive penance. This imbalance had to be cut down by provoking him. Therefore the Indra encroached upon Gautama's wife Ahilya. She was innocent but had become a victim of the circumstance. Hence Sri Ram relieved her from her suffering. Atiriktam tapohitam गौतमस्याश्रमे रः सुरकार्यः सुरपतिः कुर्वन् भार्यः समस्पृशत्. Afterwards, on the arrival at the Mithila, Shri Ram was informed of the condition for the marriage of Sita. He broke the bow of Shiva, which was known as Haradhanu. He broke the bow and married Sita. The marriage was celebrated in a befitting way. On his way to Ayodhya, Parshuram confronts him. Both Parshuram and Shri Ram were the incarnation of Shri Vishnu. Therefore, there was no question of one defeating the other. However, a demon called Atula had found a place in Parshuram's navel. He was to be destroyed. His penance was also to be taken away. Therefore, Parshuram gave Sarang bow to Shri Ram and asked to kill Atula. Accordingly, Shri Ram killed him, and thus it was not a war between Parshuram and Shri Ram, but it was only to kill Atula, and that Shri Ram employed his bow. This is described in the Balakand. Afterwards, in Ayodhya Kand, the Ayodhya was being coronated and very much celebrated. All the residents of Ayodhya Vasis were celebrating the marriage of Shri Ram. But afterwards, as the time passed and the coronation of Shri Ram was nearing by, the mantra prevents the coronation. Once the Dashrath Maharaj decided to coronate Shri Ram as the king, then mantra went to Kaikeyi and prevents it. Mantra was not an ordinary woman. It is well known that she was the result of Samudra Manthan. Goddess Lakshmi was born from the sea. Out of the same Samudra Manthan, a Lakshmi called Jeshtha, who was born as Manthara. Instigated by this mantra, Kaikeyi asked the two boons, Shri Ram to be banished to forest for 14 years and Bharata to be installed on the throne. Kaikeyi asked such cruel boons because a demoness called Nikriti was present in her. Shri Ram then proceeds to forest and meets Guhu. According to these boons given by Dashrath to Mother Kaikeyi, Shri Ram proceeds to forest and he first meets the Nishad king Guha. Being honored by him, he proceeds to Chitrakoot. In the meanwhile, Dashrath dies and Bharat arrives. Completing Pitrakarya, he proceeds to Chitrakoot to persuade Shri Ram to return. Shri Ram does not oblige him. Bharata continues and returns back to Ayodhya with the Padukas of Shri Ram and lives outside the city of Ayodhya in Nandigram. Jayanta appears in the form of a crow and injures Sita Mata. While in Chitrakoot, Shri Ram and Sita lived for some time. Indra Sen Jayanta appears in the form of a crow and injures Sita in the breast. He indulges in this cruel act because a demon called Kuranga was present in him. Shri Ram throws a grass blade at the eye of this crow and destroys one eye of all crows. Since then, crows have only one eye. Then Shri Ram enters Dandaka forest. In Dandaka forest, a sage called Sarabhanga offered himself into fire in the presence of Shri Ram. He was very old and was unable to perform his minimum rituals even. Dharma Shastra permits self-immolation for such aged persons. A person in Vanprastha ashram who is not able to perform his minimum rituals due to old age may take to self-immolation by drowning himself in water, observing fast, falling from the peak of a mountain and offering himself into the fire. Accordingly, Sarabhang performed self-immolation in the presence of Shri Ram. After this event, the demon Virad confronts Shri Ram and he tries to kidnap Sita. He carries Shri Ram and Lakshman on his shoulder. Shri Ram cuts his arms and throws him in a pit. His arms were cut because he had obtained a boon from Brahma that whoever is held by him in his arms cannot escape from it. Then comes Surpanakha, the sister of Ravan. She had served Ravan devotedly when he was performing penance to seek God Shiva's favor. But unfortunately, Ravan had killed her husband Vidyujiva by mistake in a battle of demons at night. Therefore, he had permitted her to find out a husband with the help of Khara Dushan, her two other brothers. She approached Shri Ram. He directed her to Lakshman, who injured her nose and ear and deformed her. Ravan asking her to remarry was a wrong advice. Because of this, she had to suffer. However, this opened the floodgates of the attack of the demons on Shri Ram. And he had to kill 14,000 demons led by Khar and Dushan. This upset Ravan. Ravan then asked Maricha to take away Shri Ram and from Sita, and Maricha assumed the form of a golden deer and managed to kidnap Sita. However, the person kidnapped by Ravan was only a makeshift image of Sita. Actually, the Sita went to Kailash. Devya samapamth Ravan asasad sadrishyatama madapya vishashaktihi sudrishatmanah pratikritim prayayo cha shigram kailasamarchitpada navya satcha shigram. This fact of Sita's Prakriti only being taken by Ravan is mentioned in Kurma, Vara, Brahmavaivarta, Bhavishyotter and Agni Puranas. It is also suggestively mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana by the statement Pravekshyami Hutashanam. It was Agni who managed to place a Pratikriti of Sita and enable Sita to go to Kailash. This is suggested by this statement. Other Puranas state it more clearly. The events of Shri Ram being misled by Maricha, Sita longing for the deer, and Sita kidnapped by Ravan are merely Lok Vidambana. These do not indicate any ignorance or difficulty on the part of Shri Ram and Sita. On returning to his ashram after killing Maricha, Shri Ram found the ashram empty. He moved on in the forest in search of Sita. First he saw Jatayu, who was killed by Ravan. He learnt about Ravan kidnapping Sita. He moved on and killed Kabanda on the way. Then met Shabri in the Matangavan and received her hospitality. Then he saw Hanuman and Sugriv on Rishyamukha hill. Hanuman approached Shri Ram and prostrated at his feet. With this, the fifth and the last episode of the Aranyakand ends. The events of Kishkinda Kand then starts, where Hanuman prostrated at the feet of Shri Ram and takes Shri Ram and Lakshman by his arms to meet his master. Both Shri Ram and Lakshman were taken by Hanuman on his shoulders, were brought to Rishyamukh, where Sugriv stayed. Sugriv explained his pitiable condition on account of his brother's aggressive posture. Shri Ram promised to him that his aggressive brother Vali will be killed and the kingship will be restored to him. Sugriva also agreed to help Shri Ram to find out Sita. However, he wanted to know whether Shri Ram had sufficient strength to fight Vali. Therefore, he showed the body of Dundubhi killed by Vali. Shri Ram threw the dead body of a hundred yojan away by the very toe of his feet, and killed by it a number of demons living on Rasatal. Shri Ram kills Vali when the Sugriva showed the 7 demons present in the form of 7 tala trees, and then he said, "If you can destroy these by one arrow, then you can kill Vali." Shri Ram destroyed all of them by one arrow, which after destroying the tala trees pierced into the 7 underworlds, viz. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Patal, and hence destroyed the demons known as Kumudi. Then Sugriva told that Shriram that King Vali is living in the Kishkinda city. So Vali, when saw that Sugriva is coming and challenging him, Vali pounced upon Sugriva, but Shri Ram did not kill him, pretending that he could not distinguish between the two. The real reason was to give an opportunity for the brothers to reconcile and to avoid a confrontation. Even the long enmity among the brothers vanishes when they reach the point of crisis. When Sugriva again appealed to Shri Ram to kill Vali, Shri Ram then threw a strong arrow at him and killed Vali. It is well known that Shri Ram killed Vali from behind a tree. The reason for this was neither fear nor treachery, but Vali was also a great devotee and would have prostrated at the feet of Lord Shri Ram if he had seen him. Then it would have been a dilemma whether to stand by his promise to Sugriva or to stand by Vali, who had prostrated at his feet. Shri Ram then preferred to be invisible. Bhakto mamesh yadi mam abhipashyatiha pado dhruvam mama sameshyati nirvicharaha yogyo vadho nahi janasya padan tasya rajyardhina ravisutena vadhortitascha tasmadishyatane nihanmi shakra putrat vihitihi tamadishata jaghan. Then after the 4 months of the rainy season, Sugriva, as he did not take any initiative to find out Sita, Hanuman and the other Vanaras spread over different parts and gathered and started searching Shri Ram. Shri Ram gave his ring to Hanuman to show to Sita for her identity. After a good deal of wandering, they found that the time limit given by Sugriva was over. Tara and Angada suggested that the efforts should be abandoned, but Hanuman opposed this. They moved on and ultimately reached Mahendra mountain. At this place they met Sampati, the elder brother of Jatayu. He informed them that Sita is kept in the Ashok Vatika, and he informed that the distance between Mahendra and the Lanka was 100 yojana. Other Vanaras were not able to jump. They all appealed to Shri Ram to cross the sea and trace out Sita. With this, the 6th and the last part of Kishkinda Kand ends, and the Sundar Kand proceeds. Hanuman, after a salutation to Shri Ram in his mind before taking a big jump over the sea torrented. The living beings within the sea came out. The trees on the Mahendra mountain were uprooted, and the Mainak mountain came out of the sea to offer him a resting place. As he moved on, the Sursa confronts, and he then enters into her belly and comes out. Simhika Demoness confronts, and she was dragged down by Hanuman, and finally he lands on Trikuta hill that was surrounded by the Lanka. Throughout the process of his crossing out the sea, he had considerably expanded his body. Now, on Trikuta mountain, he was able to see the Lanka city, and hence he very much made a size, contract his body and make its body on the size of a cat. He finds Sita in the Shokvan under a Simshupa tree. He hands over the ring to the Sita and given by Shri Ram. In return, Sita gives her Chudamani to be given to Shri Ram. In order to make Ravan aware of his strength and mission, Hanuman starts destroying Ravan's garden and kills many of the armies of the Ravana. But out of the respect of Brahmastra sent by Indrajit, Hanuman came to the assembly of Ravana, and he then saw Ravan face to face. Then Ravan orders his tail to be burnt. With the fire applied on his tail, Hanuman burns all the Lanka. He offers the Chudamani afterwards, after returning to Sri Ram. Ram embraces him with great affection. Swatpradanmadikam pavanatmajasya kurvan samlishyadam suparamabhishtastu. Hence, Sri Ram embraces Hanuman and gives him blessings. Afterwards, Lord Shri Ram proceeds to Lanka and makes a huge bridge by which to proceed to Lanka. At the time, Vibhishan came to join Shri Ram and fight against his own brother Ravana, since his conduct was adharma. So this teaches, wherever adharma is, we should set back and we should never side the adharma. And then the war between the Ram and Ravan went on, and after Ravan is killed, Shiva challenges Shri Ram to fight, and since he has killed his devotee Ravan, then Shri Ram gets his arrow ready to aim at Shiva. However, Shiva realizes his mistake and a fire ordeal is pretended for Sita Pratikriti. Then Sita returns from Kailash and Ram and Sita meets. And finally, Shri Ram and Mother Sita is coronated as the king of Ayodhya city. Hare Krishna. So this is the in short explanation of whole Shri Ram. More such stories, more such real incidences and the lessons from the Ramayana will be uploaded in the series afterwards. Hare Krishna.